Hello, today I am going to explain our topic is emotion recognition from voice signal using machine learning. And my name is Sheikh Abrar, and my batchmates are Jayendra Kumar and Sai Prakash. Now I am going to explain here abstract. Emotions are essential to recognize the behavior and state of mind of a person. And emotion detection through speech signals has started to receive more attention lately. In this work, the method for detecting human emotions using speech signals is proposed, and it is implementation in real time using Internet of Things, based on deep learning for the healthcare of aged people in nursing homes. Initially, the speech signal is proposed to remove noise and to improve the quality of signal. And to achieve this study, a CR system based on the different classifiers and different methods of features extraction is developed. ML, frequency, MFCC and modulation spectral MS features are extracted from the speech signals and used to train different classifiers. And their performance are compared later to multivariate linear regression MLR and support vector machines techniques and emotion signals. And it has some keywords like automatic emotion recognition, human computer interaction, neural network and multi-layer perceptron and linear prediction corrector. Coming to list of acronyms and abbreviations are MLP multi-layer perceptron and HCI human computer interaction, neural networks and ML machine learning and SVM support vector system and RAVDESSR Ryerson audio visual database of emotional speech and song. And coming to introduction, speech is the fast and best normal way of communicating amongst humans. The reality motivates many researchers to consider speech signals as a quick and effective process to interact between computer and human. It means the computer should have enough knowledge and identify human voice and speech. Although there is a significant improvement in speech recognition, but still researchers are away from natural interplay between computer and human. And the first issue of all speech emotional methods is selecting the best features which is powerful enough to distinguish between different emotions. And the aim of the project is to recognize the emotion of the person from speech signal using 2D convolution neural network and to improve the recognition rate accuracy of the system. The project domain is emotion detection recognition. EDR is a method used for detection and recognition of human emotions. The incorporation of technological capabilities such as facial recognition, speeches, and voice recognition. And acoustic modeling represents the relationship between linguistic units of speech and audio signals. The main scope of the project is to show how we can leverage the machine learning to obtain the underlying emotion from speech audio data and some insights on the human expression of human through voice. This system can be applied in a variety of setups, call center for complaints or marketing in voice-based virtual assistants. And coming to methodology, and signal preprocessing is done using linear regression to improve the quality of signal. And modularity is speech features such as preprocessing extracted using continuous. And we have used some LPC, MFCC, LFPC, and TEO based TEO FMVAR, and this model uses an ML algorithm to learn about the data and train itself to respond to any new data is exposed to. The final step is to evaluate the functioning of built model.
Literature review about Chapter 2. The output of Fisher rate is an input parameters from multi-level SCVM based classifier. Compare consequence intricacy dimensional reduction. Fisher is better than PCA and for classification. SVM is more expensive and for emotional recognition, speaker and independent. In 2016, easily based effective models without label targeted data using the mission. Then they intensely evaluated the automatical label instances to correct possibly mislabeled data, and this enhances the to correct various individuals. Okay. Okay. They compare their Windows configuration traditional or main method that user full information within an insurance. This method shows signally effectively higher performance in emotion recognition, while the method only users. Chapter 3 about product description. Existing system communication is the key to express oneself. The advanced technology developed in procedure, social environment experience also converts understanding emotional context in speech. Proposed system, a lot of solutions have come and many to comes in here further with significant improvement in terms of efficient accuracy and stability. So our proposal is proposed. These are advantages. We can devise a SCR system and a collection of methodologies and process classify speech signals to detect emotions. Okay, feasibility study. On the contrary, our proposed system aims to recognize the user's emotions through their interaction with a mobile device rather than greater emotions. Economic feasibility. Speech is becoming one of a new research projects. At last, the future challenges and develop the trends of emotions, recognizing the speed and presented speech. Technical feasibility. We have to very clear about technologies that are very to be required develop of new system. All the tools necessary for the system is easily available. Social feasibility. The user must not be treated by the system. His level of confidence and must be increased so that he is able to make some constructive criticism with a welcome. System specification is emotion reduction refers to analyze the overall behavior as a marker of effect with focus on the nonverbal aspects of speech. These are hardware specification Windows XP 1 GB RAM processor. Software specification OpenCV tool, Java develop tool. Standards and policies. The section on the interpersonal functions as emotion describe the roles and that emotions play. The role and function of emotion in each of three areas described. These are the architecture of our article description. The proposed human emotions recognition system is 5 components: input, speech signal, pre-processing, feature extraction, and selection, classification, finally emotions recognition. Design phase. The performance proposed system is evaluated using Berlin Economic BB database. These are flow diagram. Description. DFD represents the flow of data and the transmission face recognition system in the DFD. These are UML diagram. For description, it shows the diagram of based on UML uniform modeling language proposed of visually representing a system along with main actors, roles, affection. Okay, description of graphical detection of user possible in interaction with a system. The use case are represented by either circles or ellipse. These are class diagram description. Class consists a class structure of emotion recognition model which has linking with Wikia for emotion classification. These are sequence diagram. Each object has a column and the message exactly between them are represented by the arrows. One description is generated a mechanism of speech tracing some of features which contains emotional information from the speaker's voice. speech input, features extraction, SVM based classification, and emotions. Okay, computing power is required so that Python ideally or Jupyter notebook is used. Output design for evaluating the models. The data set has taken from the platform like Yahoo and Queen in that 80 to 20 divided. Testing part is a process of evaluating a system or its components with the intent or find that whether it is static specified requires or not. Okay, the types of testing. Unit testing is it usually has one or few inputs and usually a signal output. This is our input. Integration testing is a software level of software testing whether individual units are combined and tested. The test device, the test script are used to assist in integration testing. Functional testing is a type of functional testing feeding the output and examining the output and the internal program structure is rarely considered. Whiteboard testing is an internal structure of or design of the item being tested in a software testing method. Blackboard testing is an algorithm in the implementation is known as we have to calculated accuracy score and generated classification export of the provided data set. It's a test result. Testing strategy is a outline that describes the testing approach of the software development cycle.
And the chapter 6
this opportunity, feature extension and accuracy, making of input and output devices to presentation the large and extension process. Mainly we was focused on the giving an voice signal to an binary code to computer, and that binary code will be included as a output to emojis and like goodness, happy, had, or etc. The application comparison of extension proposed systems. Future extension and proposed systems are traditional feature approaches to the analysis of the features, the time, amplitude, and frequency constructions. Low performance, it takes conditions of analysis of a features in the speech of like accuracy or etc. something. Advantages of the proposed systems provide flexibility and to handle the non-linear extensions. Few perform parameters required in sample code. This is the sample. We are giving an input to an binary code language to an user. The user will be passed through the Python, which has we taken this code, and it will be shown like an emojis like goodness, sadness, and etc. This is an output for us. The conclusion of and future instruction. Conclusion, we discussed the future emotion analysis and how that emotion can be used in the medicines or in psychological students, all options, human speech, voice like switching of palindrome report. This is the palindrome bit we have prepared in the system. Sample code. In this code, we have given a library to source file, sound file, and emotion expressions and file data to the process. And initially the post present has been presented in the screen.
references.
We have taken from the reference.
Thank you, ma'am.